Yeah. Hey, Tip Tuesday watchers, and welcome back to another episode. Welcome, Ryan, my awesome co-host.
Oh, thank you, my awesome co-host, Katie. Welcome back, everyone.
Hey. So we're going to talk about something that I hear a lot out there, a lot of chit chatter in buyer world. And I think you probably hear a lot. You hear this a lot too. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the big question is when we are, in a time when rates maybe are a little bit higher than what they have been or what some people might be used to, I'm just going to wait for rates to drop before I buy. And I understand that. I understand why people say that, why they think, that might be the best move for them. But the thing that I always caution is, okay, so probably a lot of people are going to do that. And once the rates do drop into an area where people are feeling like things are more affordable for them, so they're ready to get back in the game, then that's your competition coming back to the market. So, we may start to see once that happens, prices tick back up again, right? We may start to see incentives go away, closing cost concessions from sellers go away, big repairs go away. And that's something I always caution people on because they really need to think about that. And so then they say, okay, well, what's your solution? Let's talk about what the solution may be in a higher rate environment for buyers that want to get in on the incentives that are being offered out there right now from home sellers.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad we're covering this right now. And like you said, with rates, being at higher levels than they were 5 years ago, it's causing, buying to slow a little bit and many to wait on the sidelines for rates to drop. And, now that we see inflation dropping and improvements in rates, they're down about 1% on most programs since the start of the year. And we should see that continue as inflation is kind of coming down. So we do get that question, should we wait? And really, like you mentioned, Katie, because there's might be less competition right now with more people waiting, incentives are out there now. We see a little bit of price drops. We see incentives to actually buy down the interest rate. So that's why we really wanted to go over what you can do with some of these incentives for people who don't want to wait. And right now, for instance, on an FHA loan, rates are in the mid fives. Mm-hmm. So if you purchase a home for $500,000, that payment, including taxes and insurance and mortgage insurance, it'll be about $3,350. Mm-hmm. But, you can negotiate to have the seller cover closing costs. And if you do get that, you could get what's called a 2-1 buy down. It's very popular right now where the rate for your mortgage is 2% less than the current market for the first year, and then 1% less the second year. So this drops your payment in this example to $2,780 for the first 12 months, and then $3,070 for the next 12 months. So the first 2 years, that's big savings. Mm-hmm. And the reason why this program came out and why it's so popular is because, with rates elevated, it really helps to keep them low for the first couple of years. And with rates dropping, the plan is to refinance after your second year before it adjusts to where rates are at right now. I know we actually covered this before, Katie. A popular saying right now over the last few years as we've had higher rates is marry the house and date the rate. It's basically saying if you find the right house at the right price, don't wait. That there's always ways to drop your rate and your payment and to really get within your budget, but that home won't always be available. And as rates continue to drop, less homes will be available as there's more buyers, there's less inventory, and eventually that home could be outside of your price range as prices go up.
I absolutely agree. I have seen it happen with my own eyes, Ryan, and I think you probably have too, because again, not going to date us, but we've been around for a little while. We've seen these things happen. We've seen these markets come and go, haven't we?
Yeah, the market gets hot, slows down, gets hot again. So we've been through all these fluctuations. And one thing that we always have seen is anybody who kind of waits on the sidelines and missed out on their dream home, it's really hard to see that, especially when we have so many different ways to really kind of get the payment within your budget as we wait for rates to come down.
100% agree. All right, guys. Thank you again, Ryan, for that value that you always bring. always value packed here at Tip Tuesday. So I thank you so much. Hop on over to our YouTube channel, guys. If you want to check out any of our previous episodes, it is at Team EvoAZ. That is our handle. Scroll down just a little ways. You will see the Tip Tuesday playlist. If you prefer the earbud style listening versus the video style listening, then over on your favorite podcast platform, do a quick search for Arizona Real Estate Radio. There you will find us. Click the bell to notify you. Will never miss a Tip Tuesday or anything else that we put through that channel for that. All right, Ryan, we will see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Looking for the right home loan can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Ryan Gilliam, an Arizona native with 20 years of experience helping families find the best mortgage solution for their needs. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or refinancing, I make the process simple, stress-free, and tailored just for you. I help you access better rates, offer guidance tailored to your goals, and make the mortgage approval process easier every step of the way. Your best mortgage starts with the right partner. Let's make your home goals happen. Reach out today.